Hey, welcome back for another episode of Beyond the Pavement. This time we're out south of Aguila, Arizona, heading to the Purple Pansy mine, followed up by a trip to the Black Rock mine. Let's get this adventure started. Now, we're not going to show you the whole trip between the mines to the mines and back, but this particular spot, well, if you ever wonder where Arizona pinstriping comes from, this is it. And this really isn't too bad. We don't mind, because how else are we going to get out and enjoy the desert? The Purple Pansy mine, well, here we are. Now, it's quite a few miles back off a paved road. It's all trail and gravel 2 tracks. It does require a high clearance vehicle because there are areas where there are some large rocks, there's some soft washes to drive through, and there's plenty of erosion in the desert. You don't think about it, but there is a lot of erosion which leaves big deep ruts and such. Everybody's finding their little place they want to park, and we'll pull in here, and us being the largest vehicle in the group, and the trail boss there ahead of us, he says, hey, park over there. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. We'll pull up here and then back in out of the way in case somebody else happens to come along the trail while we're there. Now, the Purple Pansy mine also went by, or was known at one time as the Fugit. I'll say that, Fugit, and the Fortunate mines. Here they mined manganese. Now this is a rather large site. The whole picture you see right now, that's pretty much the entire mining area itself. There are many shaft openings. There's these water tanks you can see here on the right. There's even some more behind me up on the hillside. This is the group. We're just kind of exploring. There's another view. This is more where the main structures were at one time. There's still a machine shed here and some cement foundations. Mine shafts dot this property. These here, fortunately, are fenced in. There's a couple in the background there that aren't. You always must be careful. Well, we've been here for a little while. We've seen what there is to see, so it's now time to hit the road. Now, as we make the curve here around to go up over the hill, there straight ahead over the buggy at the very top of that hill is another one of those big water tanks. It's hard to see, but they're up there. And this whole area is undermined with tunnels and shafts. Again, it's something you find throughout Arizona. You have to be very careful whether you're driving, walking, or riding a machine or horse, that you don't stumble into one. It could be the end of your days. The views out here are just awesome, especially on a clear day like today. And there in the background is Harquahala Mountain. If you go to US RV Nomads, you will see a blog post about going up to the top of that mountain we did some time ago. As we meander down this hill, to the left is more open shafts on the back side of the hill that we were just on. And there's even some areas straight ahead here that's fenced in where another shaft is located. Again, they put a fence around this, so it tells you that it's pretty deep and dangerous. When we were making our trip in the opposite direction to go to the Purple Pansy, we came through this area, but unfortunately my GoPro quit working. And the obstacle that you see right straight in front of us is where we came down, but everybody seems to be taking this little easy up ramp to the right and then going over the top of this rock obstacle. Now Sherry's jumping out, and we figured if we came down it going the other way, we should be able to go up it this way. And that's what we're going to do. We radioed ahead and said, hey guys, don't leave in too big a hurry. We want to get some video of this. And they are all kind of hanging out waiting for us to finish. Yeah, this isn't really a challenging little rock to climb up, but it was a lot of fun, and we just videoed it just to have some content. Now Sherry's going to be running along in front here to get down to the bottom of the hill where that ATV is sitting so she can get me coming down. This side is not as steep, it's just a little longer, but hey, if you go up, you got a video coming down. And as you can see, the rest of the crew is heading on down ahead of us. So we'll get this real quick and then we'll catch up to them. This is another one of those little tricky sections that we weren't able to record going in the opposite direction. It's got a few rocks in it and it's a little narrow. This first one we're going over, that's just a rock. It's not too big a deal. The Jeep, well, she just steps right over it and we just press on. Everybody keeps a little spacing. But now that rock right there, going the other way, I didn't hang as far over to the left as I should have, which is now the right side of the trail. So now we're going to hug the right side a little more, put our tires up on those rocks on the right, because going the other way, well, I end up rubbing the running board on that rock. It is a lot bigger than what it looks, but by taking our time and just easing ourselves over and making sure we're centered in there, no problem, we're on our way. Well, our trail took us to the Black Rock Mine. You can see the pit area where we're going to go down into, but first we stopped and had lunch at the top where all the slag was taken out. This is a volcanic rock and granite mine. Down in the pit, they bored tunnels into the side of the pit. Some of these tunnels are very large, as you can see. This is a manganese mine. It's a low iron oxide content. That must have been something they wanted. As you can see by the size there, I could even park the Jeep in there like a garage with lots of room to spare. Took a short little video of just panning from one corner of the pit. There's another section up the hill a little bit there in the background now as the camera pans around, and then up on top is where we started. Well, once we finished with the Black Rock Mine, it was time to get back in and head back towards the trailhead, but our trail boss doesn't believe in going from point A to point B the most direct route, so he takes us on a circuitous route, which is one reason why we're out there, just to enjoy driving through the desert. This is a steep hill. It's got lots of loose gravel, and every time somebody goes up it, it gets worse, but our Jeep has the traction and the power, and we just zip right up it without even spinning a wheel. I'd like to take this time to say, hey, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell to get notified, and thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.